Hello, I'm Maura Carley, founder and president of Healthcare Navigation, and today I'd like to address what young people, young adults, should know about healthcare coverage. In November, I was asked to speak at an adult conference of the Hole in the Wall Gang camp, and those young adults aged 18 to 25 either have a cancer diagnosis or are in remission, and some of them know more than I would want a young person to know about healthcare coverage. But it did prompt us to think about what general information people who aren't struggling with healthcare problems should have a sense of with respect to healthcare coverage. So anyway, it's a very important topic. Right off the bat, I would say, my bias is that everyone should know more about healthcare coverage, but this information is primarily relevant to people who, for whatever reason, are not eligible to be on a parent's plan or are graduating from college and anticipate looking for a job with coverage, or are about to turn 26 and no longer be eligible to be on a parent's plan. So let me start out by saying that everyone needs to realize that healthcare coverage isn't all the same. Not at all. There are different products that cost different amounts of money with different networks and different rules, and all of those details are important. So you need to understand that. You need to understand that you only want to buy legitimate coverage and not short-term, if at all possible, something that is Affordable Care Act compliant. So I have actually put notes together that I want to rely on because it's just too important a topic. So know that all coverage has enrollment rules that are strict and unforgiving. It's not something that rewards procrastinators, so stay on top of that. Under the Affordable Care Act, you are allowed to remain on a parent's plan until you are 26. That's federal law. Some states allow you to stay on at older ages, but that's something you need to understand. If you're working and are working for a company or organization that offers coverage, you should be eligible for coverage if you're working 30 or more hours a week. If you're looking at purchasing individual coverage, and this is usually because you're independent and your parents aren't claiming you as a dependent on their tax return, then you should start by looking at healthcare.gov or your state-based exchange, because you will learn if you are eligible for a subsidy or premium tax credit, and many young adults will be and are interested in having that subsidy or premium tax credit. If you are going to benefit from the subsidy, then you must buy your coverage through healthcare.gov or the state-based marketplace. Of course, if you do that and you have no income, you will be automatically put on Medicaid in your state. Individual coverage and Medicaid are all based on the state where you reside, and Medicaid is the program for the lowest income Americans. If you lose group coverage through your work, you will be eligible for COBRA, which is an acronym which we don't need to go into. But as a worker, you are eligible for 18 months of COBRA. But with COBRA, you are just an appendage to the group, and it's at your expense. Now, you are also eligible for COBRA if you were on a parent's plan and they ended up electing COBRA, you would also be offered COBRA. Actually, you would be offered COBRA regardless of whether they elected it. You know, your parents could be going on to Medicare, but anyway, you would be entitled to your own COBRA election. And it's important to know that if you're a worker, the COBRA period is up to 18 months. If you are a dependent and your coverage is disrupted and you're eligible for COBRA, you are eligible for COBRA for up to 36 months. But that is federal COBRA. And if the company involved has fewer than 20 employees, then you are eligible for state-based COBRA, which is usually referred to as MiniCOBRA. And you should contact your state insurance department if you have questions about how that works, if the employer doesn't seem too knowledgeable, because these are always the smallest employers. Let's talk about college plans for a minute. The Affordable Care Act required that colleges and universities offer Affordable Care Act compliant plans. And that's important because that means the coverage is comprehensive. And it used to be what colleges and universities offered was all over the lot. So either they're offering you a good option now, or they're not offering you anything at all. And remember that when you're younger, if you're in the individual market, in most states, not all states, but in most states, premiums are age rated, which means you're going to have a lower premium as an individual for the same coverage as an older individual. And the same is true of college plans. They tend to be more affordable. And let's say it's always compared to what? So say compared to COBRA, because that would be a rate based on a group of workers who are likely going to be older and sometimes much older. That depends on the employer and so on. But these are considerations you have to factor in to your thinking when you may no longer be eligible to remain on a parent's plan and have many options to consider. I guess the only other thing I would add is that if you are offered COBRA, COBRA Medical and COBRA Dental are typically separate elections, and you might not elect the medical and you would still be entitled to elect the dental, but dental is so much more valuable when it is subsidized by an employer. So when you're paying the premium by yourself, either through COBRA or as an individual, it often isn't a very good financial arrangement. In summary, our system is complicated and you need to learn about it so that you can be an effective consumer. We have many videos available that will help you learn more, and there are many sources of information on state insurance department websites and healthcare.gov. So please learn enough about coverage so that you can maintain it without a gap forever. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. We hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.